This is the mainstream media. This is the Pentagon. This is a narrative, supposedly, this craft. I don't know what you want to call it. But if a mothership is coming, it makes one wonder, well, what type of vehicle are we talking about? So keep that in mind. Ships. I'll read this so you can get the idea. The Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. AARO. They write with their UAPs, because if they're no longer UFOs, that's unidentified aerial phenomenon, they write, an artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth, an operational construct not too dissimilar from NASA's mission. These dandelion seeds could be separated from the parent craft by the tidal gravitational force of the sun or by maneuvering capabilities. Folks, this is the Pentagon. Now, folks, this shows how programming gets so weird, of 1 hour stories building on the story of what would happen in a real life situation if a mothership appeared. The AARO was established in July 2022, so this is recent, and is responsible for tracking objects in the sky, underwater, and in space, or possibly an object that has the ability to move from one domain to the next. That word domain, intergalactic travel, in a nutshell. It says Congress tasked NASA to find 90% of all objects near Earth that are larger than 140 meters in 2005, which resulted in the Pan-STARRS telescopes, according to the report. As the parent craft passes by within a fraction of the Earth-Sun separation. How do you respond to that? I mean, and why now? Why are they disclosing this now? I mean, this is some weird stuff. And the report goes on to say, somehow or another, there is, I don't know where they got this from. Apparently they got it from somebody. And I don't know if this is just, like a kiss and tell, or if they're preparing us for something. But for them to put out the suggestion that there is the possibility, and boy, covering your ass on that one, right? Well, we never said it was, well, yeah, you did. You're saying that the Earth, that's something, and I don't know what a mothership is. I mean, I know what our imagination is, and we've done a great job of it. I mean, is this a freaking Death Star? Is this beyond humans' capability of concept of what interstellar space would look like? The paper that's out, the fact that these bodies were not designed for space travel. That it was, but by design, these bodies were never going to leave the atmosphere of Earth's influence. Our bodies need a certain atmospheric pressure. It needs a certain amount of atmospheric gases. These have to be in the right proportion and at the right levels in order for us to function. Well, then that begs the question, then, were we designed like that? I mean, we talk about on the esoteric side of the equation that are we trapped spirits here? Are we trapped gods? Did we piss somebody off in another dimension, another life, another realm? And they sent us here forever, never to be able to escape because of the bonding between the spirit matter and the flesh, the organic matter, becomes so strong that the pull of the body itself becomes greater than the will of the spirit. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there for all say that those who made us or were responsible or involved with making us, Homo sapiens, that all of these things say that those guys, gals, dudes, dudettes, apparently they're bringing their sorry ass back. Every time this seems to happen, the timing is uncanny. You got chaos on the planet, you got chaos in the atmosphere, you got chaos in the cosmic realm. I mean, it seems like there's just a lot of things in motion. Isn't it interesting that our sun is doing some weird stuff? The apocalypse, everybody is familiar with that. So, what the hell is happening here? It's like Yahweh. Yahweh does not materialize. Like, it's got to have a ship. The Kovat was a ship, which tells me that they may not be able to handle our atmosphere, or they can only be exposed to it for a certain length of time. Let's just take this out on this thing. Let's say a mothership is defined as a large celestial object that seems to be able to control its movements, studying the occult, you find out Earth is it's a pretty special place, man. I mean, yeah, this is where it's happening, but it's all happening at the same time. But it's the sensation, and I have a sense that we're about to find that same type of a sensation coming in because I don't know. I mean, Project Bluebeam. Are we getting set up for this? I mean, is it going to be Riders on the Storm? That'd be a hell of a show in the sky, wouldn't it? See Jimmy. So I mean, are the gods coming back to kick our ass? Quite interesting when you read, the Colburn Bible. According to the Egyptian priest that had their scribes write this, kind of the message in the bottle thing. It was like, hey, you dumbasses in the future, they kicked our ass. They're going to kick your ass, talking about us. Apparently, you piss off these individuals, they carry a grudge. You're telling me you're going to have creatures coming from the sky and coming from inside the earth, and that they're going to just walk around the planet, that their whole purpose is to torment man? You look at today's condition of humanity, it's pathetic. So along comes Mary in a ship, looks down and says, yep, just like we thought. These beings cannot get their act together. And plan B seems to be eliminating you and me. I don't like that idea at all either. I'm just asking for an alternative plan where it doesn't cost our species anything of our blood. One thing in history has always shown to be is that when it seems like there is a cataclysm of a, cosmic scale, it seems like we want to get our shit together then, but it's always too late. I'm just putting it out there. The whole thing is that, are you ready for the mothership's arrival? What a psych job. I mean, if this is truly a psych job, I mean, kind of the whole psyops, you're going, let's see if they really bite it. But then you have to look back as to what's been happening the last year. In the last year, it's crazy. Something's afoot. I don't know what the hell it is, but something is afoot. Seems to be a greater agenda upon the agenda of the so-called illusionary reality that we are accepting, because I don't know about you, but I see a lot of people living in a far different reality than myself. Well, either they have broken the physical laws or we've been lied to that we can do the same thing. Oh, well, if that ever happened, imagine the ensuing chaos. I don't know. You think they're going to come back and kick our ass? Every time they seem to show up, they do. I mean, I don't like this idea at all. And again, I don't like the idea of this supposed creatures. I mean, it's weird. It very well be is that we're a contaminated species, isolated in a region of space, that when the prison warden comes back, finds out we broke our word again, and all hell breaks loose. And after all the dust has settled, we pick up the pieces and start the thing all over again. Because if you believe that, I mean, again, doesn't it say in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new known to man under the sun that hasn't already been? That which was shall yet be again. Well, that's indication of a machine cycle. A lot of truth to that, isn't there? I was hoping for the zombies first, and then the aliens. I think everyone has their own perception as to the Rhema or the Gnosis that they have. I suspect that there's very little in this realm that is actually factual. Many people believe that we are actually have amnesia as a species and have gone through multiple cataclysms, and we just don't remember. Keep hanging in there. That's all. We're going to do just fine. And if there's a mothership, I say let's get a welcoming committee put together. I mean, no reason for us to be caught with our pants down. I say let's get a welcoming committee, and let's make sure that they're just not seeing just one.
After great human tragedy, even greater approaches. The great motor of the ages starts an age anew. It rains blood, milk, famine, iron, and plague. In the sky, running fire, sparks low trailing.
Hey, you think we ought to make a place for them after they die? Doesn't appear to be. Did they walk into the spirit realm? Hey, how you doing?
Who the hell are you?
I'm a new species.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how many more out there are you?
Well, right now there's only me. But in the future, there's going to be billions of me, maybe trillions.
Oh, really? And you claiming this spear as yours?
Well, it sure looks nice here. Yeah, I think we might. I mean, at some point in time, we're moving in on territory we never owned or probably was never even thought about. I'm just throwing it out there because we get so wrapped up into this whole freaking structure. My whole point is it's all fabricated. No evidence of anything. And any evidence that can be found, we did it. We put it there. It's nuts.